there. Welcome to Hourglass Workshops and Conversations with Nancy and Cheryl. I'm Nancy Burns, an acupuncturist in San Jose, California.
And I'm Cheryl Seavey, a writer in Los Gatos, California. Today we started talking about how the August doldrums have arrived early this year
Boy, have
in
they. Yeah.
mid-July because it's been so darn hot.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can tell how we're dressed. It's just hot. We're kind of and
Yeah. It's been beastly. I mean, right now I'm in Sacramento and it's going to be 103 again today,
yeah, yeah, and in Los Gatos, it's 99,
Yeah,
and my poor plants, everything looks so sad and
it
so parched,
does.
and just trying to keep everything, at least somewhat fresh and rejuvenated, and which it kind of speaks to my own energy level.
Oh, I know. I got up this morning. It's about 5:30 and I thought, "Oh, I'm going to take my cup of coffee and go sit outside. It'll be cool." Well, number one, it was warmer outside than it was in the house this morning at 6:30. And when I put my bare feet on the patio cement, it was toasty warm. I thought, this is so weird.
Yeah,
I mean, it was already, I don't know what temperature it was. I didn't even look, but it was warm.
yeah.
So, yeah. So it's been a job to stay cool. So I decided today, okay, well, I'm going to deep water and I'm wearing this long kind of lounging outfit, and I go out to deep water, and the only thing that got deep watered was me.
Oh yeah.
I ended up absolutely soaking wet. I thought, oh, I'll put a sprinkler on Mel. I had to practically stand in the darn sprinkler to get it to turn on. I'm like, this is so stupid. I can't believe I'm doing
Oh,
this.
how funny. How
Anyway,
funny.
I'm feeling nice and cool right now because,
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
soaking wet.
Well, you go stand outside for a little bit, it'll dry
I
off.
know.
But
So,
so what else do you do to kind of get out of the I'm hot and kind of in a funk?
um, well, I think the very best thing is to hop on a plane and go to Hawaii, which I just got back from. But then coming back to 107 degrees at 7 p.m., I thought, oh, okay, that was lovely for a week, and now I'm back.
Uh-huh.
But I was thinking about when I was a kid, how much fun it was for all four of us kids to hop in the car with mom and dad and go down to the ice cream parlor and pick out our ice cream cone, and then be able to sit there and eat it. We're so much now as adults, it's like, oh, it's so much more practical to go buy ice cream and bring it home and put it
Yeah,
in a dish and eat it,
yeah.
but it's not nearly as much fun,
No, no,
you
there
know.
is something, even if it is hot, there is really something to say about being outside, out of the house, and somewhere else,
Yeah,
and it doesn't have to be anything elaborate, it can be
no,
something really simple. We recently got new patio furniture, I mean, we've got a house full of furniture, we've got lots of rooms in the house, but we created a little room outside, and
mhm,
unfortunately, where we are, it does get cooler in the evenings, and it's really quite pleasant either in the morning or in the evening. So we have this little patio conversation area outdoors, and we'll sit out there. I've sat out there with friends and just sat out and had iced tea or a glass of wine and talked late in the afternoon. Mark and I've gone out in the morning and had coffee and
yeah.
or a glass of wine, in the evening, and the conversation is different when we're not in our home.
And don't you wonder why? It
Yeah,
is more conducive to conversation. I think to myself, that's so interesting because you could sit in the house, and Mark would be watching TV and you'd be reading or doing whatever in the same room, but not having a conversation.
yeah.
But you walk out to your outdoor area and you sit and talk. Now,
Mhm.
what's the difference?
Well, I think partly, one, you're not inundated with technology, that you've shut that off or
Yeah.
or other input. And I think you're out in nature. You're hearing some sounds. I mean, even if it's the sound of, like the fountain going or the sound in the early morning of the birds, there's just different sounds there, and you can feel the wind, if there's a slight breeze or the heat, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But I just think that you're more sensually
Stimulate. Yeah.
yeah, attuned and to
Yeah.
what's going on around you where you're not
Yeah.
necessarily in the house.
Well, it's funny you should mention the birds because this morning I was sitting out there and my brother came out and we were talking and I said, "What's happened to all of our birds?" And he lives in New Jersey. And has lots and lots of birds in his yards. And he goes, oftentimes it's because there's a hawk. And I said, "Oh my God, yesterday I watched this most magnificent hawk flying on the air, what
Oh,
are they called?
the
Uh,
currents?
yeah, air currents. And it was just so much fun to watch it. But there are no squirrels, which is okay with me, but there's no birds either. They all hit the road when the hawks are around, you know? And
Yeah.
I kept thinking maybe they're just too hot. Maybe they're
Uh-huh,
staying
uh-huh.
indoors or something. I don't
Right,
know.
right.
But I
Yeah,
thought
but
that was really interesting, you
uh-huh.
know?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
That's true. Yeah, the other thing too is that I find that I just don't have the energy. I feel like my plants, that
yeah,
the little crispy leaves, a little parched around the edges.
yeah,
And and I find that, I want to eat lighter foods.
yeah.
I want to read lighter books. Right now I'm reading Covenant of Water, which is, a 900 page,
Heavy.
or yeah, it's a heavy
Yeah,
book. And I
yeah,
keep drifting off and then I'll go read smaller, thinner, just fun, lighter books.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's true. And you did make the point about cooler foods. You mentioned
Yeah,
gazpacho and things. There are so many fun things you can make that you don't have to turn the stove or the
right.
oven on for. And so maybe August is the time to explore some of those dishes that are cold, and so refreshing for the hot
Well, and
weather.
not only that, I mean, everything is being harvested. I mean, you've
Yeah,
got so many fabulous fruits and vegetables.
right.
Um, I mean, there's all kinds of recipes for 120 ways to make gazpacho
Zucchini,
or
yeah, or
zucchini, yeah,
yeah,
chilled zucchini
yeah,
soup or
yeah,
cucumber soup, or I mean, but I mean, you've got these fabulous farmers markets and outdoor, and just produce is really wonderful right now. And I think
yeah,
there's a lot of ways to eat lighter. Oh yeah, one other
yeah.
little tip I have about what I did last week when it was so darn hot is I decided to clean out my closet, and I'm in the process of eliminating what I'm thinking is about 30% of my clothes. And when it is 105 degrees, it's really easy to get rid of sweaters. So easy.
I think that's
And
so smart.
those black pants, I mean,
I was
there's
gonna
not a
say all those black pants.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and I'll probably regret one or two, but it's not going to matter. And but that
Will
feels
you even remember which ones they
yeah,
were? I looked at mine the other day and I was laughing. I thought, how many black pair of black pants does one person need?
right,
You
right.
know?
Yeah. Well, in when you're going through your closet when it's hot outside, you'll immediately respond with not many.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's really a good idea just to do things in a lighter a lighter spirit.
Light-hearted. Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
and just be a little more lighthearted because this kind of weather does can make us a little grumpy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and
Yeah.
so avoid
And when you're
that.
tired, take a nap, you
Yes.
know? Go sit under a tree and just take a nap in
Yeah.
a hammock.
Yes.
If you
In the
don't
shade.
have one, then go buy one.
That's right.
Amazon.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. So anyway, so hopefully that'll help you get through some of your hot and dry, dusky days
Yeah,
and enjoy things. So until next time, I'm Cheryl.
and I'm Nancy.
Take care. Bye now.
Bye-bye.